Yo, welcome back to another Dead Rails video. My name is Ezzie. If you missed it, Dead Rails has been updating a lot, and recently they just added a wins leaderboard, so now you have a reason to compete for wins inside of the game. I honestly wasn't planning to grind the leaderboard, but I've been on there since the past few days. Anyways, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys what strategies I'm using and how you can beat Dead Rails very quickly. It doesn't matter if you're solo, duo, squad, or running with 10 people, you can still beat Dead Rails the same. I will say the more people you have, the harder it is to use teamwork, and when you're trying to speedrun the game, teamwork is the key component. I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm pay to win. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am 100% pay to win. I bought both guns, a starting storage, and the ironclad class. All of these things are helping me speedrun the game. If you don't have them, definitely try to find other players who have these game passes, because they can greatly improve your chances of beating the game. Before we talk about strategies on beating the game, let's first talk about what are the requirements to beat Dead Rails. In a technical game sense, the only thing you are required to do is lower the drawbridge and stay alive for 4 minutes. So if you want to speedrun wins inside of Dead Rails, your only goal should be getting to 80,000 meters as fast as possible. Later in the video, I'll dive into a full run of me speedrunning the game, but for now, let me just talk about a few different strategies that you can use to get to 80,000 meters. In this video, I'm not going to be covering using the flying horse glitch or using infinite snake oil. We're just going to focus on how to get the train to 80,000 meters. The one biggest thing that stops people from speedrunning the game is keeping the train fueled at all times. So one strategy is buy as much coal as you can at the starting place. Whether that's with selling your guns or selling your armor from your game passes, both are great options. If you don't have any game passes, you're definitely going to have to loot up, or you could use bonds to buy coal before you even start the game. For me, it usually takes about 3.5 coal to get between 10,000 meters. So in total, I usually try to get at least 20 to 22 pieces of coal at the start. If you don't have that much, it's okay. You can always buy some later on. Anyways, fuel is going to be one of your biggest problems when you're speedrunning the game, because that's the one thing that you are required to maintain in every run. Besides that, protection, guns, ammo, those things aren't really necessary. If you feel like you want a gun, you can try to save up for it or grind for an extra gun. Or if you want metal plates on your train, those are also optional. I would suggest usually taking at least 1 to 2 metal plates just in case bandits are no-scoping headshotting you. I don't know. Anyways, with all the coal collected, your game plan is very simple. Hold the W key until you reach the end of the game. If you don't have enough coal, you could stop at towns for the nighttime and try to loot up to buy coal. That's what I would suggest. The only thing I would say don't do is do not stop at big towns, do not stop at the castle, do not stop at the fort. Those places can give you good loot, but in general, they take way too much time and are way too risky for your health. With strategies for the start of the game out of the way, the only thing you need to know about now is how to beat the game. It can be very difficult to survive the final cutscene, so I'm going to show you a strategy on how to solo it and still beat the game even though you're dead. If you don't know, there's a small game mechanic. Even if you die, as long as one person is alive somewhere in the Dead Rails map, you can still beat the game. So, how I usually do this is I try to have at least 3 to 4 oil. I go to the last checkpoint, and instead of walking down the middle, I go from the outside and use the river to teleport me to the middle. Once I'm there, I take 3 to 4 oil just so that I can make sure that I don't die, and I pull the lever. If you're fast enough and you're lucky on the spawns, you can survive this, but usually I end up dying. So the strategy is to leave your duo or your other teammates back at 70k, or leave them somewhere where they can stay safe. You don't have to do this strategy if you don't want to. I know beating the last checkpoint can be easy. The only reason why I would suggest this strategy is because it saves you a lot of time. All you have to do is wait the 4 minutes after you pull the lever. If you don't understand all the stuff I just said, that's completely okay. I'm gonna walk you through one of my speedruns right now. I started the round by buying some coal with bonds. This is not necessary. If you have enough teammates, you can just sell the stuff they have to get money for coal, but this will make the game a lot faster. Besides buying the coal with bonds, I also sell my extra gun. I'm only going to keep the Mauser, and then I'm going to use everything else to buy extra coal. Before we start the train, I go ahead and weld every single piece of coal down. This just helps me fuel up while we're driving so we don't have to stop. With all that preparation done, we're ready to drive all the way until 70k. Once we get to 70k, we'll stay the night there to buy the oil and anything else we need for the final fight. What you bring to the final fight is really up to you. I would highly suggest a horse and at least 3 to 5 snake oil. Besides that, you can get a gun, you can get armor, you can get extra bandages if you want, but really none of that stuff is necessary. Alright, I'm fully equipped. I have my Mauser, I have a bunch of snake oil, I also have a horse, so I'm going to go ahead and leave my teammate here at 70,000 they'll stay the night here and stay safe just in case I die. I will say the last 10,000 meters usually have at least 3 to 4 groups of outlaws, so if you want to buy extra metal plates for protection, I would definitely suggest that. I didn't do it this run just because I had full armor. And here we are at the last checkpoint, 80,000 meters. Like I said, I don't go through the middle, I go around the outside, and when you go to the water here, it teleports you right here. Take all of your oil and then just start lowering the bridge. After lowering the bridge, I tried to go survive. You can try to survive and maybe get bonds. It doesn't usually work, but that's it. My teammate is still alive at 70,000, so all I have to do is wait for the timer to end and we win the game. I don't think this is how the developers expected the game to be played, so they might patch this method. Definitely try this out for yourself and use this to get a few wins if you want to. It's not very difficult if you know what you're doing, it's just time consuming. Every win takes about 30 to 40 minutes, and no matter what, you will have to spend that time driving the train. There's no way to speed it up. If I did every one of my runs today like this, I probably would have been a little bit higher on the leaderboard. Unfortunately, I also did some runs with 10 people, so let me just walk you through how those usually go. My strategy for 10 people runs is to help out as much as I can in the first base, sell everything I have to get them coal. After that, I usually just AFK. I won't even play the game because they're going to be stopping everywhere. If I die, it doesn't matter. I can still win if they win. I'm going to be completely honest. 10 people runs are cooked. Half the time, somebody's trying to troll. I got blown up with TNT. One time, they even locked us in the cabin of the train. We could not escape, and then they left the game. There's so much stuff that can go wrong with 10 people runs. So I would highly suggest, instead of doing 10-person runs, try to grind with a few trusted people that you know will carry you. If you don't have any friends to play with, don't worry. I have that problem as well. The place you can check for teammates is the official DeadRails Discord server. There's a lot of people looking for teammates there. Besides that, I haven't really covered much gameplay tips, so I'm going to be posting another video, how to solo DeadRails, what you need to do to win. If you want to stay tuned for that, definitely drop a like and subscribe. But in general, if you want to speedrun wins in DeadRails, the best way to do that is with pay-to-win strategies. You don't have to be a pro though. I've only been playing DeadRails for about a week, and these strategies helped me to get to 15 wins on the first day of the leaderboard being out. I will say, before the leaderboard, I only had 2 wins, so I don't know much about the game. And the one last tip I have that I'll end the video off with is when you're starting a DeadRails run, know what your goal is. If you want a bond farm, then bond farm. If you're speedrunning the game, then make sure to stay focused and keep speedrunning. A lot of times when I'm playing with random players, they get distracted and they don't know what they're doing, which causes them to get lost and end up dying. Anyways, that's all the tips from me. I'm going to keep grinding the leaderboard. Hopefully I can get to the top 10. But make sure to comment down below how many times have you won DeadRails. And before I end the video, a special shout out to all of our channel members. Besides that, I'll see you guys all in the next video or live stream. I have to sell them. Go infinitely out here. What the heck? Okay, well, I'll take it.